how important is it to you had mentioned like changing your surroundings and changing things don't necessarily fix the inner problem, but is it also important to um, move yourself out of negative situations so that you can have the capacity to allow the new frequencies to come in, like change your surroundings? Like, that's an important part of it. Because if you're in a place where there's trauma and you're constantly reliving your trauma, um, how does that all play into it? Um,
So our reality is our experience of reality is co-creation. So what I just said about attracting
mhm,
our frequency, attract matching frequencies, right? But then there is duality. It goes back and forth. So when we want to change on the inside, it's important also to put ourselves in an environment that's more conducive to how we want to look when we change. So, for instance, somebody that lives in a bad neighborhood and constantly encounters violence and pain and abuse and sadness and all kinds of energies like that, it's very hard to feel expanded. So you need to move yourself out of that environment so it will give you the setup that you can start vibrating on those frequencies, right? On the other end, what very commonly happens almost every single time when people start evolving, their frequency changes, and all of a sudden they don't feel at home or as comfortable in their old surroundings. So what happens? A lot of people move. A lot of people. The first thing that happens is the social setting. So a lot of friendships all of a sudden they're not appealing anymore. We don't connect the same way. There's all kinds of stuff like that that starts to show up, and people's like, these were my hangout buddies. I used to see them every
mhm.
day, and all of a sudden I have nothing to talk to them about. We just don't connect. I can't explain it. It's sad. Yes, it is. That's part of the change. You start vibrating on a different frequency, and all of a sudden your old surrounding doesn't fit anymore. And by the way, one of the biggest pushbacks that people get as they start evolving is
Right.
from their old
Oh,
social
you're not
setting,
acting like
family,
yourself,
or friends.
like, I'm not
Excuse
that
me?
person anymore, yeah, and I'm not
Yeah, yeah.
acting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and people don't like that
yeah,
because what does it imply on me? You're not acting anymore. You're not. You're saying different things than I want to hear. Then I'm not good with it,
mhm,
right? So the social fabric, when people start evolving, the social fabric usually starts dissolving.